All right, let's talk about something that's on pretty much everyone's mind. Our future, our family's future, and, our own peace of mind. We're going to dive into a totally fresh way of thinking about how to plan for the whole shebang.
So we're all kind of taught that retirement is about one thing, right? Hitting some magic number in your bank account. But what if that's only half the story? What if the real challenge isn't just about saving money, but about something way more, well, human?
And this really gets to the heart of it. We've been trained our whole lives to see retirement as a math problem. How much do I need to save? But in reality, it's a human problem. It's about how we want to live, how we want to feel, and what on earth we're going to do with all that time we worked so hard to get. So, that shift in thinking brings us to the first, and honestly, maybe the most surprising hurdle, the psychology of actually spending the money you've spent your entire life saving up. Think about it like this. For decades, you've basically been a dragon guarding this growing pile of gold. Your every instinct, every fiber of your being is telling you to protect it, to make it grow, not to spend it. And that conditioning, it's incredibly powerful. It makes it so hard to suddenly flip that switch. And you kind of have to ask yourself, have I become a hoarder without even realizing it?
Yeah, this is the classic spending problem. After a lifetime of being so disciplined with saving, the actual act of spending can trigger some real anxiety. You know that little voice in the back of your head that starts whispering, what if I run out? What if this is a mistake? It's a completely normal, very human fear to have.
So, how do you get past this? Well, one simple but really powerful way is to reframe your retirement. Instead of seeing it as one long, endless vacation, think of it like a 3-act play. You've got your go-go years. That's Act 1, full of travel and adventure. Then come the go-slow years, Act 2, for enjoying things closer to home. And finally, the no-go years, Act 3, for quieter times. This simple framework gives you structure, and maybe most importantly, it gives you permission to enjoy the money you've saved.
And wow, this visual, it really brings it all home, doesn't it? Each one of these dots is a year of your life. The red ones, they're already in the past. The gray ones at the end, they're not guaranteed. The only ones that really, truly matter are the white ones, right here in the middle. So the real question becomes, how are you going to make the absolute most of them? So once you start planning for your own life, it's only natural that your mind turns to the people you love most. And this brings us to our next big idea, how we can create amazing new opportunities and empower the next generation.
So let me ask you a question, and it might sound a little crazy at first. Can you really make your child a millionaire by the time they're 55?
The answer is a huge, surprising yes. And what's even crazier is how little it can take to get the ball rolling. Thanks to the absolute magic of compound interest and starting early, it can all begin with just €150 a month. That's it.
Okay, let's break this down with a real-world example, helping them buy their first home. If you strategically use the small gift allowance to contribute a little each month, and you encourage them to save a bit right alongside you, it is totally possible to help them build up a deposit of over €100,000 by the time they're 28. And just like that, a goal that felt completely out of reach for their generation, it's suddenly on the table. Okay, so we've talked about enjoying your own life, and we've talked about empowering the next generation. That brings us to the third and final piece of this puzzle, securing your lasting legacy.
Let's be honest, for a lot of us, the very idea of organizing all our financial stuff feels chaotic and overwhelming, a lot like this cartoon, right? But taking the time to get it right, to get it all in order, is honestly one of the most valuable gifts you can ever give your family. So as we wrap things up here, I want to leave you with a little food for thought on 3 key areas. For your own retirement, are you just saving or are you dreaming in specifics? For your kids, how can you empower them on their own financial journey? And for your legacy, are you taking the steps now to give your family peace of mind later on?
Because at the end of the day, financial planning isn't just about piling up wealth, it's about enriching your life. It's about finding that perfect blend, that true wealth-life balance.